Raise your hand if you've ever felt bored, unfulfilled, or just kind of generally unhappy in your life without a specific reason. Same. Here's the thing. Life is not always sunshine and rainbows. We know this. And negative emotions are part of a healthy emotional life. They are necessary to your well-being and ability to thrive. The goal of this video is not to discourage you from having healthy negative emotions, but it is, however, to help you cultivate a mindset of enthusiasm, passion, and fun, so that even when life is boring, you never lose that sense of purpose or meaning in your life. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anika. I make videos all about intentional living, productivity, and lifestyle here on my channel. Today we are talking about how to be obsessed with your life. I am so stoked to be talking about this because I just think it's really important and something that we don't talk about enough. First things first, let me clarify. When I say being obsessed with your life, I do not mean that you are the only person that you should care about. Being obsessed with your life does not mean selfishness or narcissism. It's not about instant gratification or short-term satisfaction. Instead, it means taking ownership of your life and making intentional choices to create a life that you're passionate about. Let's talk about some of them now. To define what fulfillment means to you, what excites you about your life, and what little things invite purpose and joy into those everyday things. You need to figure out what matters and what matters specifically to you. We all have different dreams and aspirations and passions in life, and a key part of falling in love with yours is to understand what those are. What rhythms of your everyday are the most life-giving for you? Is it your career, your relationships? Are there certain long-term targets that you're working towards? One huge way to start being obsessed with your life is to get creative with your routines. I am a big routine girl. If you've been around my channel, this is no surprise. I really believe that what you do every day matters. We spend so much of our time building habits without even realizing it, which can be really dangerous if you're not paying attention. But this video is not about how to build healthy routines. That one's already up on my channel. This video is about how to be obsessed with your life. And a great way to do that is to get creative in the little moments of your day to add more excitement, anticipation, and just fun. It's all well and good to go to the gym in the mornings, come home and get ready for the day, make yourself a coffee. But if you're finding yourself bored in those everyday rhythms, start saving your favorite podcasts for when you're on the treadmill, or light some candles and turn on music when you're getting ready for the day. Get up early and spend 20 minutes making yourself an elaborate coffee, whatever it is that's fun for you. If a 12-step skincare routine makes your day, do it. If you are a makeup wipes and moisturizer girly, do it. Basically, find the little things that add copious amounts of joy to your life and do them over and over. Okay, this next one I've mentioned on my channel before, and that is to make your home your favorite place on earth. I feel so deeply passionate about this. When we moved into this apartment, I was going through a little bit of a rough time where we had just moved to Ottawa. There was so much change in our lives, and I just felt really overwhelmed. Our apartment was one of the only things that was consistent and stable in my life. And because of that, I poured a lot of time, and I have continued to pour a lot of time and energy into making it feel like a really great space for us. It's really just created this wonderful environment where our home feels cozy and safe. Part of this has been things like decorating and, adding pillows and blankets and just making it feel really nice. And part of it has also just been things like keeping a cleaning schedule and resetting for the week. And I have a room spray from Mimi in August that I'm obsessed with that makes our bedroom smell so good. At least for me, when I tend to think of, okay, how do I want to fall in love with my life? I think of really drastic changes like moving to Italy or doing van life or something like that. But in my experience, it's so much more about just making small changes that impact your everyday life as it already is. One of the biggest obstacles to truly falling in love with your life is the constant projection of someone else's. Living your life wishing you were someone else or that their circumstances were yours. I feel like we're all guilty of this at some point or another, especially in the age of social media. It's so easy to look at somebody else's life and just wish that you were where they were. But you're not them, and your life isn't there. And even if you were to impose yourself in someone else's exact set of circumstances, it wouldn't look the same because you're not the same, and that's a good thing. Embracing who you are down to the core is an absolute must in order to truly fall in love with your life. A really practical way that I've found to do this is to stop trying to fit into boxes that I'm not supposed to. In a literal sense, and on that note, if you have small boobs, please watch this next section. Last month, I got invited to my first influencer event, which was a total pinch me moment for me. Really wanted to look cute for the event, and I just wanted to feel really confident walking in. I ended up having to go bra shopping because the top that I wanted to wear, which is literally just a black scoop neck bodysuit, it's basically this top but with sleeves, did not look good with any of the bras that I owned, or I should say, the bras I owned did not look good under that top. Went shopping, found my size in a really cute color, tried it on, and my heart just sank because you know, and I know, the exhausting process of bra shopping for a small chest. Despite the fact that this was literally the right size for me, the cups didn't fit. There was really awkward gapping. I honestly feel like it made me look flatter than I am. The thing is, I don't mind that I have small boobs. I like them. I think they're cute. But when finding things that fit feels impossible, it kind of starts to feel like you're the problem. Like there's something wrong with you. And I have always felt that way in traditional bras. Until this month. I've had the honor of working with Pepper. And if you have not tried their bras yet, you need to. Pepper is just an absolutely incredible company that was founded to fill this gap, literally, and create bras that were intended for small chests. Let me tell you, they have done well. I have never, in 23 years of life, had any recognizable cleavage through a shirt, unless I was wearing a padded push-up bra. Not only is there no gapping, but the fit is so flattering. This one like lifts and scoops. This is not extra padding or material. It's literally just a bra that fits me properly. Like literally look at this. Your body isn't tailor-made to fit clothes. It's not your job to fit into things. You are not the problem. And Pepper makes the best and only bra I've ever had that has actually made me feel that way. The confidence boost in these is unreal. I will literally never buy a bra from anywhere else again. If you are also a member of the IBTC and have spent years wishing that there were bras made for you, you are in the right place. These ones are, and I'm so excited because Pepper actually gave me a discount code to share with you guys. You can use the code Anika20 to take 20% off of any order over $100 through the link in the description. You guys know I only work with brands that I really do love, but this one in particular feels really meaningful for me because it's just a brand that I feel really seen and valued by, so getting to work with them is honestly just a total dream. I can't recommend them enough, and I really encourage you guys to check them out. Okay, the next thing that I want to talk about is cultivating a long-term mindset. It's really easy to think about falling in love with your life or being obsessed with your life as something that only happens when you're in a really great season. We all go through periods of time in our lives where we are stuck in situations that we don't actually want to be. Over the last few years of my life, I've gone through some job situations that really weren't ideal, some living situations that weren't super healthy, and just a lot of things like that. I didn't love, but I couldn't change overnight, and I just sort of had to wait out. A long-term mindset essentially just means giving yourself a target to work towards and finding the purpose in the season that you're in before that one. It doesn't necessarily take away from the hardness or frustration or whatever it is about the season that you're in right now, but it can help you see where it's leading. Do not underestimate the power of purpose in your everyday. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is the power of being present in a moment. I honestly think this just cannot be understated. There's so much I could say on this topic. Being present in the moment does so much to help you appreciate the little things around you. It's something that I've struggled a lot with, I think because I've grown up a lot with technology and I'm used to removing myself from the present moment to scroll or swipe or whatever it is. My brain craves that stimulation and those dopamine hits. I've realized in the last year, like, I have a really hard time sitting still. Even if we're watching a movie, I want to be playing a game on my phone or scrolling on Instagram or whatever it is. Like, it's hard for me to just sit there and focus. That can be even more challenging in conversations that I'm not fully engaged in. And relationships are the spaces for me where I want to press in the most. But I also just want to learn how to be where I am in the moment all of the time. This is something I'm working on a lot right now, and one of the things I'm doing is just like trying to remove extra distractions. So if I'm cleaning, I'm used to have a YouTube on or a podcast on, but sometimes I won't. Sitting in silence in the bath, essentially removing background noise to try and help myself focus on whatever is at hand. I want to take time to just savor the moments that I'm in and not rush through it. Get too excited about things. I talked a lot about this in my book, but you know how little kids get so excited about anything and everything? You can tell them you're gonna go get a slushie and they're like on cloud 9 for hours, so excited to get that slushie. I think that emotional response is something that's kind of beaten out of us a little bit because as adults, the idea of getting that excited about a slushie sounds insane. But something I've really learned and come to believe quite strongly is that life is just better when you get way too excited about things. Part of this is just my personality. I think I've always been a very enthusiastic person, but I think life is just so much more fun when you build all the anticipation that you can, when you go all in on the things that you love. I've talked before about if you adore a musician or a TV show, a book, or whatever it is, don't hold your feelings back. You don't need permission to feel those things. Feel them to the deepest extent and soak up every bit of joy you can get from those things. The last thing that I want to talk about for becoming obsessed with your life and falling in love with your life is changing your relationship to failure. Failure is something that a lot of us are really afraid of, really intimidated by, and I think there are two big things I want to say on this. The first thing that I want to say is we often categorize things as failure that really aren't. Something not going according to plan doesn't mean that you failed. For most of the last year, my life has kind of felt like a series of things not going according to plan. And so I've been processing this a lot. One of the biggest things that I've really made peace with and come to terms with is just this whole idea that if I have made the best decision I could with the information that I had available to me at the time, and I acted with that information in mind, I'm at peace with that. I don't consider that failure. If in hindsight I know more and I would have done things differently, it really doesn't matter because I didn't have that information at the time. That's not to say I don't have responsibility over those things or over the choices that I make, but I just don't consider that a failure. If you've done the best that you can with the information you have, that's literally all you can do. The second thing that I want to say is when I started my YouTube channel, I talked to my coach, Sarah, about all of the insecurity and fear that I was feeling. I remember I told her I'm scared to fail, and she asked me okay, well, what is failing? And I said, I guess if I start a channel and I go all in and nobody watches. She asked me why would that be failure? It made me think, because in my head I was well, obviously. But I also love filming YouTube videos. I love creating content. This is something that brings me so much joy, and getting to do it for work is just the biggest dream. But even if I wasn't doing it for work, this would probably be something I would just enjoy doing anyways. And it made me completely rethink all of my fears, because I was you know what? I hope this turns into a job, but if it doesn't, I'm gonna have fun anyways. So who cares? The second thing I want to say is if you genuinely do fail, make a mistake, do something that you could have done better, knowing that we can't change time, the options you have available to you are to let it hold you back or to learn from it. I don't know about you, but I will always try to choose the second, even if it takes some time and some processing and grieving, because you are very entitled to have all kinds of feelings about that. Letting it keep you from living your life to the fullest extent is a tragedy. Falling in love with your life and being obsessed with your life doesn't mean feeling good all the time. You are not going to wake up every single day in a good mood. You're not always going to love your circumstances, even if you are literally living the dream. Life is messy and complicated, but it's also beautiful and complex and full of really wonderful things. And if you're willing to see them, it just makes life so sweet. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope that it was helpful and inspiring and encouraging. Definitely make sure to click the subscribe button to stay tuned for future videos on my channel coming at you very soon. Once again, I do have a discount code with Pepper. They are seriously so amazing. I cannot hype them up to you enough. Honestly, just obsessed. I'm currently wearing, I think this is their lift up bra. They just look so good. They're so flattering and so comfortable. I've worn them every single day since I got mine, and I no longer look forward to taking my bra off at the end of the day, which is a statement. If you do try them out, definitely make sure to leave a comment or send me a DM, because I would love to know your thoughts. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, because today is a good day to have a good day, and that's it. Bye.